Hi, my name is Idris Atkins, and I want to welcome you back to my haircutting class where I'm teaching you how to do 4 haircuts in an hour. And this is lesson 3, half a blade fade. What do we mean when we say half a blade fade? We mean to literally use only half of the blade. When you're on the right side of the head, you only cut hair with the left side of the blade. And when you're on the left side of the head, you only cut hair with the right side of the blade. Why do we tell you to do that? Because when you use only half of the blade, it keeps the wrist fade ready at all times. What is fade ready? Fade ready basically means having your wrist at an angle where you do not have to waste time fading out hard lines. Now, why do I say waste time fading out hard lines? Because every haircut is a fade. And to get to that fade, you have to do it in elevations. And you do not want to waste time fading out hard lines. Let's show you what we mean. This is a long hair mannequin, a long haircut. If you notice, to achieve this finished line, what is that? That's a fade. Let's take the next mannequin. This is a little shorter here of a mannequin. Notice, to achieve that line, fade, finish line from a low elevation to high elevation, longer hair, that's a fade. Let's take an even shorter haircut. To achieve this elevation, low elevation to high elevation, long hair, short hair, that is a fade. So to achieve that, let's take a look at this illustration. This is the fade line that I just showed you on every mannequin. We are trying to achieve from low elevation to high elevation. And we do that by means of building elevations in between to get this. However, you can do it 2 ways, building hard lines or building soft lines. Which one of these will get you to this point quicker? If you had to fade this out to get to here, that will take you a long time. But if you had to fade these soft elevations out, you could get here much quicker. And that is what we're teaching you how to do. Now, when you use this soft lines, you can achieve 4 haircuts in an hour, which cuts time. Now let's show you why that cuts time. So if you take this mannequin and you notice we're on the right side of the head and we're only going to use the left half of the blade. When we use only the left half of the blade, notice what happens. So you're coming up, swinging. What do you see? The blade stops at a fade line. Fade line. Fade line. What is the fade line? The actual edge of the blade on the side of the head finish at an angle to the head, which actually makes the fade line for you. When you finish, fade line, fade line, fade line. I'm using the left half of the blade only on the right side of the head. Now on the left side of the head, now we only using the right side of the blade. Fade line. Come up, fade line. Come up, fade line. Come up, fade line. Now, notice this. If you're flat, you still got the blade at a fade line. If you mid, it's still at a fade line. And if you high, it's at a fade line. And look how it come up high, it's still swinging at an angle. Mid, you still swinging at an angle. Flat, you still swinging at an angle. What does that do? It create every movement soft line so that you do not have to friction force each elevation out yourself. You friction forcing it out. But if you go flat on this side, finish like this. finish like this. If you go mid, finish like this. If you go high, finish like that. So you see the benefit? Illustration. Because you're only using half of the blade, this is what your wrist create when you swing. So of course, this is the soft lines. This is the hard lines. So you swing that out when you doing your elevation. So you start right here at an angle using half of the blade, you swing that out. You come up here and you end up swinging that out at an angle. See, swoop at an angle. And you cut that out. And then when you come in on an angle, you're only using half of the blade, and when you swing up, swoop, you swung that out. And what that create? You create soft lines, which get you here much quicker to do 4 haircuts in an hour. Now I want you to get ready for lesson 4. And we're going to teach you all about these elevations. Now let's conclude with some music.